Hi everyone, welcome back to the Soundwave podcast. I'm Amelia. Today we're here with Ewan from Muncaster Castle. We'll start with our icebreaker question. What are your 3 favourite songs?
Okay, so because I'm 35, growing up, it's kind of sad. I loved The Killers back in the day, and I'm a pretty basic guy, so I guess my top one is Mr. Brightside, because it just is. Everyone knows it, and it's like my go-to karaoke. Terrible at karaoke, but go-to, and it's it just gets the energy up of everyone. So that's number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, probably linking it more into Cumbria, I'd say Waving Flags by Sea Power, because for me, music isn't just about do you actually relate to the song. It's the memories that it releases, and I think one of the best things I've been able to do is collaborate with Sea Power to bring a big festival here to Muncaster and West Cumbria, and so as a consequence it just, I don't know, has a lot of meaning. And then the third one, which is a band called Tenefe, and I really like Tenefe, and I assumed they were huge. I went to one of their gigs recently because I assumed they were because I'm so basic, I assumed I'm just listening to bands that everyone knows. But I turned up thinking it was going to be a huge venue, and it was a pub, and it was the basement of a pub, and there were hardly any people there, and I got to be at the front row, and I knew 6 or 7 of their songs, and I just loved them. I guess the best song, I like them all, but I think there's one called Super Rich, which is pretty good. It's kind of got a lot of philosophy about it. It's basically saying chasing money is not going to make you happy. So yeah, don't chase money.
Nice. Yeah, nice message as well. Thanks for them. Check out them suggestions. How do you spell that?
Tenefe, it's Ten and then F space, then Fe with an accent. They're a band that's, I think, originally from London, I think. But they're British anyway.
Okay, check them out. So, thanks for coming and joining us, Ewan. I think the first thing we want to do is ask you what you do.
So I am the general manager of Muncaster Castle, and I have been working at Muncaster the last 3 years, but as some people might know, it's a purely nepotistic posting in that Muncaster has been in my family for 800 years, and I was brought up in the castle, in and around the castle, born in Whitehaven, and was here until I was 18, then went away for 15 years and had a fun time, and now I'm back loving it.
What did you do when you were away?
I worked as an engineer in all over the UK, a bit in Europe, and then the 3 years before coming back in California for the big tech companies, advising them how to reduce their carbon emissions.
Nice. So I guess what in your role as a general manager, what is that? What's your day-to-day kind of stuff that you do at Muncaster?
So the entity that runs Muncaster is actually set up as a not-for-profit company. So what we're all about doing is how do we, the objectives are primarily we need to be financially sustainable, but then within that we want to protect and enhance both the heritage and the natural environment of Muncaster primarily, but also the wider area, and we see ourselves as trying to be we're part of a wider ecosystem. So that is my primary role. What that actually equates to on the day-to-day basis is basically developing the strategy for the site. What do we actually do at Muncaster? How do we captivate people? How do we provide life-enhancing experiences that when they come, they want to actually spend money to come to Muncaster, but they also see it as a valuable kind of community service that they're getting both for locally, but also for tourists or people visiting the area. So it's all about putting Muncaster allowing Muncaster to realise its potential, and then going another level down that involves the birds displays, the garden, the actual castle, and the way people, the weapons hall, which we've added recently, and then the big kind of special events and the food and drink, the cafe, and the wider site, and just making sure that all operates well, but also that people enjoy it and want to come back, hopefully time and time again, and that it's something that West Cumbria can be proud of.
So, and you two events, I think. They kind of knew a lot of
Yeah, so traditionally Muncaster is very much like a day visitor attraction, and it has enough going on that works. Like, it has the birds, the weapons hall, the gardens, the castle. That's like almost a day's activity. But what we found is that that has limited appeal to younger generations. How do we actually get people like Amelia to come along and want to interact with Muncaster? But also it has limited geography. So if you live locally or you're staying locally, you might come, and locally you might come once every 5 years because you've maybe forgotten what it was like and you want to relive it. So it's all about how do we reach new audiences, get people to come back maybe not once every 5 years but every year, or even better 2-3 times a year, and that Muncaster is in itself a venue for other things to happen rather than an attraction in its own right. So I think our events 10 years ago were all about Muncaster's great, let's add a cherry on top, because that might push people over the edge to come. Whereas now that, like, the way we see it is Muncaster's a great venue, but that's the cherry on top. Let's make a great event in its own right, and the fact that it's in a cool setting, even better. Like, it should be, even if the event was in a random field, I'd still go to it. And it's all about making sure that we have that quality and that kind of opportunity for others to come in and partner with us, like yourselves, with all the music we do, and facilitate that.
Yeah. Well, that's right. I mean, there's a few projects we work on together, which are great, and I think they're kind of new for the area and everything as well. So I just wondered what your kind of view on music and arts and culture in West Cumbria is like.
Yeah, so I think it's like so many things that it's so close to being really good, but it's just not necessarily joined up maybe in the way that it could, because going back to what I said, in that, like, it doesn't matter how good Muncaster is, it needs to be able to interact with a wider ecosystem and partner with other organisations and build capacity. And I think from the music illustration is exactly the right one, which is, it's all good and well having, like, if you're a young musician in the area, if there's one venue and they do an event a month, that's not going to keep you active. That's not going to give you enough opportunities. Whereas suddenly, if there's 10 or 20 venues and each of them are doing a gig a month, then suddenly there's a huge amount of opportunity. And in fact, there's opportunity for more than one musician. There's opportunity for a wider web and more movement and more exchange of ideas and more creativity to kind of flow. And so that, I think, is the thing that sometimes is missing from West Cumbria, that there's lots of pockets of amazing things going on, but the coherence and the joint up thinking of them can sometimes be hard to realise the potential of, which is why so many good young artists, and I have no idea about this, but it feels like we have an abnormally high proportion of people that are excellent musicians in West Cumbria, but then they leave the area and then don't come back because they can't. Whereas I think it's great for them to leave the area and get other experiences and other ideas. But the thing that we want is, like, I've had that time away, then come back because I've seen it as a great place to be. We want other young people to be like, well, I'll go and learn some other skills, come back and I'll have a slightly different vibe and be able to influence the area, or like bring my own spin that I've developed from my own history or background. And I think that sort of that's illustrative of so many things that we need to challenges, but also huge opportunity for West Cumbria. And Muncaster, what I see are kind of one of our unique things is that probably 60% of our tourists are Cumbrian, but that's like probably from a wider field. But we can leverage the fact that because we've got tourists coming in, we can leverage that to maybe expose some of the Cumbrian musicians to and arts in general to different audiences that maybe aren't in like normally in West Cumbria, but also use the income from that to top up another venue or another like supporting other things going on. But it's trying to get that balance right between we're not the easiest to get to, like it's not the centre of Whitehaven, but we're also but we are also part of West Cumbria and accessible and have a role to play and a space to play in that rural setting.
100%, and I think it's not the easiest place to get to, but if you use Crampton House as an example, I mean, how many people are coming to that festival?
So I think we probably over the 4 to 7 days we will have definitely had well over 2,000 people. And I think it's the audience type, like as in these are guys that are flying from all over the world to come here specifically for that event, and I think that's what's so special. Each of them paying a big amount of money, what, 240 quid or something like that, into the arts in West Cumbria, just like bonkers. Like as in, okay, a lot of the majority of the artists are coming from further afield, but they're getting to know West Cumbria as a consequence and seeing how special this area is, and hopefully become part of the wider story of West Cumbria, which is and it kind of we can create the kind of nodal element of music.
And it's great, and it's a good offer as well. I think because, like you said, Muncaster it's not on the beaten track. It's off the beaten track a bit, but people will go, and then you can also offer like the camping option as well. You know, which I kind of think opens up, the possibilities for the future. Because was the camping on for the country festival?
There was, yeah, but I don't think we maybe made as big a thing of it. But yeah, exactly that. We need to. It's all about the communication behind that. We have camping, and I think what you and I have probably spoken about quite a lot is like open mic and how fantastic that is. That's the first Friday of every month at Muncaster, and we've been blown away by the musicians that turn up. We'll have between 10 and 20 artists every week, and the quality is fantastic, and the variation in what they do. And that audience has been building through the summer months. We've been getting 100, 150 people. And we see that hopefully growing in appeal if we can add in camping, because people can stay longer, drink, and then in the long term potentially have every Friday night being busy with something going on in that yard in the evening, whether that be live music or I don't know, an international night or something, and we can start to just have it as a reliable place where whatever happens, you can go to Muncaster on a Friday night. You can pay an extra few quid to camp over it if you want, to make a full night of it, or even if you're coming from further afield, make a whole weekend of it, and you're investing in the scene. Yeah,
exactly. That's great, isn't it? And that's the stable yard you call that?
Yeah.
That stable yard's got such a vibe because with the cover and everything going up. Is that like going to be a permanent fixture?
Well, what we won a grant to do it, and we installed it for last Halloween festival, and it came down after Christmas last year, and then we redid the yard, and then we were like, okay, well, we'll put it up for a week just to test it out in March, and here we are in October, and it's been up all year, and we haven't got around to taking it down because it just adds so much more resource for it.
And it's kind of a bit of shade when the sun's beating down, and it's a bit of cover when it's raining. So it just like makes that yard kind of a nice little venue all the time. I think it works really well. And talking about Crankin' House though, which is like it's a pretty cool festival. How did that first come about?
Well, I think it comes back to like a stage before, which is we did something called Race the Tide, which was basically, in all honesty, my excuse to have a party with my mates at the castle. And the only way I could persuade my parents was like, well, we're doing like something, and I'm charging my mates like a £5 or a £10 to do it. And it was an obstacle course race, complete disaster that first year. Like, I was organising it. I'm good at some things, but if I'm the principal organizer of something I've never organized, and that's when I'm 35. When I was 23, I was an idiot. But anyway, I was able to pull together an event where it was an 10-kilometer obstacle course race, followed by a big party in the evening. Basically, I ran that for 3 years and thought, okay, this is something. People are willing to travel for this. The setting's awesome. The run works. But unfortunately, the stable yard wasn't covered then, and it started to rain one year, and we couldn't fit in our biggest venue in the castle or in the yard. So I, therefore, the next year approached the farmer next door and said, look, you're not using your barn in the summer. Can I use it for a party? And so Raise the Tide, that allowed us to test it out. Admittedly, I remember I got home on the Thursday evening and we started to try and clean the barn out of cow poo at like 11 p.m. with a pressure washer, me and two mates. And we got to 3 a.m. and we were like, this is just not even attainable. And so anyway, we had a party in a shitty barn. But it was a great party and it was my mates. They were pretty forgiving. And meanwhile, we were approached by Sea Power, who have roots in Kendal, who wanted to do a festival in West Cumbria because they thought it was special. So they'd approached us, and they ultimately had the pushback from my parents. No, a festival in the castle garden. My parents don't actually talk like that, slightly. But they were like, no, we don't understand festivals. It will just be full of drugs, and it's just not us. Anyway, I was like, well, we'll just put the festival up in the cow shed, and it's contained and it's low risk, and we can manage it this way, and we just manage it like Race the Tide. And Sea Power were incredibly open to it and said, sure, let's do that. Let's go for it. And credit to them, they ran with it, and we've developed a really nice partnership with them. Love working with those guys. I mean, David, the band manager of Sea Power, I do think of him now almost like an uncle. But working with them, working through lots and lots and lots of problems, we've been able to pull together like a really serious, nationally significant festival. We're up for multiple nominations for the festival awards, and the caliber of who we're getting is huge. So and the response and the feedback we get is fantastic. So thrilled that that's worked, and we're just really wanting to. And it's gone from strength to strength. First year, 350 people. Now it's over over 1,600 at any one time, and we just want to continue to push it. And then you've got the spillovers. It's great to have. This was the first year that I think you were really directly involved, and then we can build off that. But
yeah, it was great, and I really liked it. From our point of view, there was this the openness and willingness to include young people. Is that their Sea Power fetched up students from Brighton.
Because that's where a lot of them are based now. But
and we had our young people there as well. It was all hands-on experience. It was really good, and it's just a really nice kind of feel for a festival. And the artists actually just walk around with everyone, which kind of blows people's minds a bit as well, because the people who who are paying all that money to go, they know exactly why they're going and who they want to see, and then they can actually just walk over and start a conversation with the people who came to see, which you would never be able to do at any other festival. That's awesome. So here's one for you, and this will go back, because I remember a little bit of controversy about this one, going back maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
SCARECASTER.
Yeah.
We've done that with you 3 years.
Yeah, it's 3 years now.
And it's awesome. It's just this is cool. We should have more of these actually.
Yeah.
But I just remember at the start there seemed to be a bit of a backlash.
Yeah, for sure. We got quite a bit of hate mail, and our Facebook lit up a couple of times with lots of comments. but at the same time, I actually think if we were in a different part of the country or something, it might be way more extreme. Whereas West Cumbrians were pretty kind of we're like an odd bunch in the best of ways, in that because we're all slightly quirky, then it's fine. We're not gonna as long as it's not in your face, then we're probably willing to.
I think, what I think, and I don't even think this was intentional. Maybe it was, you can confirm now, but the fact that it ended up on the same day as Sausage Fest.
Oh, it was 100% intentional. That was half the reason I did it, because I just love puns. Yeah, well, the whole thing was Sausage Festival. It's always obviously been the running joke that it has other meanings. Sausage Festival. I mean, I've lent into that with what we've created activities like the Bangers and Dash run, but also sausage tossing, which is where you've got to throw a sausage onto a fork. We've got sausage riding, which is where you ride a big sausage, yeah, I mean, we just have fun with our innuendos. So why not? Dragcaster is part of that in the evening, and it seems to work quite well. It's when the gardens are looking fabulous, and we've got a pretty open audience that's up to try it. And yeah, I mean, I think my parents have it's hilarious. They're absolutely not. My parents are now the biggest fans. They love it. My dad's gets all dressed up, and mum's looking very glam. And then, they love Cranken House as well, I should say. They love the live music, the way it's developed. They've been massively, no, what are you doing? But then ultimately always not saying a firm no, supporting it. So, and I think that's what it's all about, and having that openness, because I admit I'm not even though I lived in San Francisco, I wasn't I think I'd been to maybe one drag performance, and then I decided to organize one, but it was awesome, just being open to these things and being, I don't know, supporting everyone to see Muncaster as a safe space where they can go and do things, try out ideas. That's what we're all about.
So, thanks for all that. That was great. What we like to do when guests come on, we like to ask them about what they've got coming up. If there's anywhere that people can go to check out what you do and that kind of thing. So, I think it's probably a good time to talk about SCARECASTER.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to get this out before Friday, so people can hear about it before. Do you want to tell us about how that's going?
Yeah, so there's Halloween and SCARECASTER, because there's the two events. So there's the Halloween Family Festival, which happens for 9 days. So it starts this Saturday, the 25th of October, and goes through to the 2nd of November. And that's our big thing, as in lots of young families. It's good for all ages. We have fire jugglers, we have entertainers, we have the weapons hall, we have this year it's werewolf themed, so we've got various, we have probably 10 actors in the gardens, and then we have the big castle show, of course, Sherlock Holmes this year, which is like a Halloween pantomime, I describe it as. But it's basically my dad and a group of talented other actors, including Gary Bridges, who's from Barrow. But it's like a really cool thing with live music in too. And then, of course, we work with you to do live music throughout the day. And then there's SCARECASTER, and SCARECASTER is very much for the kind of younger, braver audience, I would say. It starts at 8 p.m. and then goes through till 1 in the morning, and is where we basically release actors into the gardens with chainsaws, explosives, don't want to know. And we let the audience interact with Muncaster in a way they would never normally interact with Muncaster or many things in West Cumbria, to be honest, apart from, I don't know, walking down Main Street on a late night. But yeah, it's pretty terrifying. This year we've ramped it up again. Like we've we've got more actors than ever, and we're also doing the Halloween trains, bringing people from as far as Manchester or Carlisle, and then we're gonna basically when people arrive, they'll navigate their way through a scare trail. Then there's this year we're making a cult within the castle, like a werewolf cult, which will be terrifying. And that's where you go through a part of the castle maybe unfamiliar with, and things will happen. I think there's like 9 actors in that or something, and they're all terrifying. And then there's the scare maze, which is going around the weapons hall, and of course the weapons hall, archery and crossbow, because you need to be ready to deal with the werewolves. And then we have the sanctuary, which is where we have heavy metal music or like a band, like bands playing and the like. So it's SCARECASTER will be awesome. I'm excited for it.
Great. And I know it gets really busy, so would you advise sort of going on and booking tickets?
Like I think Halloween, we're basically, the actual Halloween night itself, we're basically sold out, and we're nearly sold out on the Thursday and Saturday evening as well. So definitely book soon, because we are having to watch it quite closely.
Where can they find out?
They just type in Muncaster Castle into Google or SCARECASTER, it'll come up, and then they just click on the links that way.
Muncaster Castle on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Brilliant.
Not yet on TikTok, but sometime.
I think we are.
Yeah.
We're a bit scared. We're a bit worried we get dragged in.
Yeah, it's hard to figure that out.
Ewan, thank you very much for coming along. That was really interesting. If you want to get down to SCARECASTER or Halloween at Muncaster, I would get your finger out and book a ticket ASAP. We'll be down there. I think we're all down on the Tuesday.
Yeah.
Emma's choir's
Discord choir.
Yeah, and Emma's playing as well that day. Okay, we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.